Welcome to this episode of Project B, where I'm going to break down the top 5 things I hate and love about my S15 Silvia. So I've owned my car for about 3 years now, and being an old Japanese car, it's come with its fair share of issues and problems. But over the time I've owned it, I've tried to fix it up and make sure it doesn't get too neglected and all that. So the first thing I hate about my Silvia is the paint. The paint's not great, the roof is peeling, the fenders are starting to peel, and just overall doesn't look too appealing. But it's something I'm thinking of hoping to address in the near future. So the second thing I hate about my Silvia is the cluster. The cluster is white for some reason. I know some people are into it, but I am definitely not. I think it looks crap. The black cluster you can get, which is the Nismo one for this car, looks so much better. But unfortunately, prices have increased on those and they're about $2,000 nowadays, which is a bit ridiculous. So I think I'll have to just deal with the white cluster a little longer. Yeah, just not a fan. So the third thing I hate about my Silvia is the stock radiator. It is very small from factory and has caused me to run my car a little bit hot on the highway and when it's just a hot day out. So it is a common upgrade to upgrade these to either an S14 radiator, which is a bit thicker, or just a nice aluminium aftermarket one, which we have done here. If you want to check out the video of us installing this, check out the pop-up banner above. But yeah, otherwise stock radiator, crap. So the fourth thing I hate about my Silvia is the back seat, or what they call the back seat. Really, you can't fit anyone in here. It's pretty much just a two-seater car. Well, you could probably fit some children, maybe even an amputee in the back, but not anyone else, to be honest. It's very, very cramped, and yeah, it's just not fun. So the fifth thing I hate about my Silvia is the gearbox, or the gearbox issues I've had with it. Since I've owned the car, it came with a 6-speed. That was nothing but problematic. It had a bit of trouble going into the second, and the synchros and the other gears were a bit iffy as well. And then one day just decided it didn't want to shift into any gears, so took that one out. I decided to go to a 5-speed because I have heard that they are a little bit stronger. So put that one in, and yet again more issues with that one as well, which I am soon to be rectifying that one, but it's just a pain. I just want a good gearbox. Yeah, it's just annoying. So the first thing I love about my Silvia is the sounds it makes. It's a full 3-inch exhaust from the turbo backwards. It's got a nice pod filter, intake, and a blow-off valve, which makes nice sounds when you get on the throttle. It's also not too loud, so when you want to drive past cops or whatnot, it's nice and under the radar, nice and quiet. But then of course when you get on the throttle, it can be quite loud, which is really, really nice, which we'll throw a clip of how it sounds now. So the second thing I love about my Silvia is by far the looks. I know it's something everyone will say about their car and it's quite subjective, but I just think it looks incredible. The lines of it and just everything. You know, out of all the cars I've owned, this is by far the one I like the most. It's great, I love it. So the third thing I love about the car is just the aftermarket support for it, which is massive. Any repairs or mods I want to do to the car, there's just an endless amount of options for me. And having all these options drives the prices down. So doing mods and this and that are actually quite affordable, which makes the whole ownership of the car all the more enjoyable. So the fourth thing I love about my S15 Silvia is just the culture behind it, which is fantastic. It's arguably, the S chassis is arguably one of the best chassis out there for drifting, and you just go to any drift event and you're bound to see many S chassis there, being 180SX, S13, 14, 15. It just has such a great culture out there. You see them in movies like in Tokyo Drift. It's just, yeah, all in all, just a great community, great culture, and yeah, I just love it. So the fifth thing I love about my car is just the ease of working on it. Everything generally comes off with just a couple bolts. Modding the car or doing repairs only normally take about 2 to 3 hours, which just makes the ownership all the more enjoyable and easy. And yeah, it's just great to work on, really. So those were the 5 things I love about the car and the 5 things I hated. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and we'll see you in the next Project B video.